Dear learners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. In today's class, I will discuss on narration or speech, narrative style in passage. Dear learners, in your classroom, I taught you how you will change a sentence in direct speech into a sentence in indirect speech. I gave you different roles and structures, and I also discussed changing speech or narration with different kinds of sentences: assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, imperative, optative, exclamatory. In this class, I will discuss about passage narration. Here I wrote narrative style in passage. Dear learners, the information in this column, for direct speech, and the information in this column for indirect speech. That means if you see yes or no in direct speech, then what you will write in indirect speech? These things you will learn from these rules or from these lectures. Dear learners, here I wrote yes, no, sir, madam, excuse me, sorry, by Allah, by God, vocative case, and two or more than two consecutive speeches. Dear learners, when you see in a sentence of direct speech in a passage yes, then you will change the word yes into these words replied in the affirmative. For yes in direct speech, for yes you will use replied in the affirmative in indirect speech. For no, for the word no, you will use replied in the negative in indirect speech. When you see sir or madam, you use what? Respectfully or politely. For excuse me or sorry, you will use apologized or expressing regret or expressing sorrow or expressing grief. Dear learners, for yes you may also use replied affirmatively, or for no you may use what? Replied negatively also. Dear learners, for by Allah or by God you will use swearing by Allah or swearing by God. Vocative case, for vocative case you will have to use addressing as, the words addressing as at the very beginning of the sentence in indirect speech. Vocative case in Bangla sometimes we use ma ami ক্ষুধার্ত, বন্ধু তুমি আমাকে সাহায্য করো. Here the words ma, bondhu are vocative cases. Dear learners, for vocative case, at the very beginning of the sentence, before subject of reporting verb, you will use addressing as. Then when you will see two or more than two consecutive speeches of the same speaker, then in indirect speech, for the next speeches you will use also plus reporting verb. That means also said, also asked, also told, or also prayed, or also exclaimed. These words asked, asked for interrogative sentence, told for imperative sentence or assertive, prayed for optative sentence, exclaimed for exclamatory sentences. That means if the next sentences are interrogative or optative or exclamatory, then you will write also asked or also prayed or also exclaimed. And for assertive sentence you may also use added or and added. Dear learners, consecutive speeches means, consecutive means the Bangla meaning of consecutive is por por. পর পর উক্তি, একজন বক্তার পর পর বক্তব্যের জন্য. Understood? I think you understood this. Then I gave an exercise for you, dear learners. First to read out it. Do you learn your lesson? The teacher said to Maruf. Here two persons, two speakers. One is the teacher, another is Maruf. No, I have forgotten, sir, said Maruf. Then you must learn it. Do not kill your time, said the teacher. These speeches are from the teacher. Then I shall learn it tomorrow. Oh, the subject of reporting verb for this speech is not present here. We think it is the speech from Maruf. Then thank you, my dear student. Here this speech is from the teacher. My dear student, here the words my dear student are vocative cases. Dear learners, I also solved these questions. That means I changed this passage in direct speech into indirect speech. First, I am going to make you understand how I changed these sentences, how I changed this passage. Dear learners, first look. The first sentence is from the teacher to Maruf. Did you learn your lesson? This is an interrogative sentence. For interrogative sentence, we use asked in place of what? In place of reporting verb. Okay, and in place of comma. That means after the object of reporting verb we use if. If the interrogative sentence is without W's words, we use if or whether. First look, did you learn your lessons? Here subject of reporting verb is the teacher and object of reporting verb is Maruf. First we wrote the teacher. I am changing this, look attentively. The teacher asked. The teacher is subject of reporting verb, then asked. Why asked? Because it is an interrogative sentence. Then object of reporting verb Maruf. Then if. Why if? Because this interrogative sentence is without auxiliary verb. When the interrogative sentence is without auxiliary verb, we use if or whether. Then look one thing. This is an interrogative sentence. We have to make it assertive first. What is the assertive form of did you learn your lesson? The assertive form of this sentence is you learned your lessons. It is in past simple. In assertive, the structure of past simple is subject plus V2. You learned your lessons. So now we will have to change the sentence you learned your lessons in indirect speech. You, second person changes to what? Object. Second person changes to object. What is object here? Object Maruf, third person. So for you, in subject form, in the form of subject, for you we will use he. For you we used here he. Then it is past simple. Dear learners, past simple changes to past perfect into indirect speech. What is the structure of past perfect? Subject plus head plus V3. V3 means past participle form of main verb. Subject he. For you we wrote he. Then structure of past perfect had. He had. Then V3. What is the V3 of learned? What is the past participle form of learned? Learned. The teacher asked Maruf if he had learned your lesson. Second person changes to object. Object is Maruf. Third person. So for your, for possessive form your, there will be his in indirect speech in the form of possessive in third person. Okay, for your we will use his lesson. Okay, his lesson. That means here I made tense change and I also made person change. Okay, it is in past simple, here it became past perfect, here persons are in second persons, here they became in third persons because second person changes to object. Okay, here object is third person. Then come the next sentence, no I have forgotten sir. Dear learners, look here, for yes or no, for no we use replied in the negative and we may also use replied negatively. Here for no we will use replied in the negative, and this is an example of assertive sentence. We will change it in indirect speech with person change and tense change. Then sir, for sir we use what? Respectfully or politely. Dear learners, look one thing, when we will go to change this sentence, no I have forgotten sir, into indirect speech, then we will have to write first subject of reporting verb Maruf. Here subject of reporting verb Maruf. So for sir we will write respectfully. Dear learners, sir may be at the very beginning of the sentence, the word sir may be at the center of the sentence, the word sir may be at the very end of the sentence. Wherever it is, we will write these words respectfully or politely after subject, and it will be very beautiful when you will write the word respectfully or politely after subject. Okay, then here after subject we wrote respectfully. Maruf respectfully replied in the negative. The words replied in the negative are for the word no, and the word respectfully is placed here for the word sir. Maruf respectfully replied in the negative, and he also told another word, I have forgotten this, and said that. Okay, and said that, here said is for the reporting verb. Okay, here said that. Okay, we write that in place of comma. Okay, in assertive sentences we use that, in interrogative sentences we use if or whether or ws words, in imperative sentences we use to. Okay, in exclamatory sentences or optative sentences we use that. So that, then I have forgotten it. Here I. Then we will make this change. Okay. Then we will make person change with I. Okay. Here I is first person. The rules for person change. In the rules for person change, we get first person changes to subject. Here the subject of reporting verb is what? The subject of reporting verb is Maruf. Maruf is third person. That means I will change to third person. So for I in the third person we will write he, okay, as subject. Then have will become had. Okay, it is an example of what? Present perfect tense. Here it will become past perfect tense. Or for have we use had in indirect speech. Had, have had, then forgotten. Okay. Dear learners, look again. For the sentence, no, I have forgotten sir, we wrote here in the indirect speech, Maruf respectfully replied in the negative and said that he had forgotten. Dear learners, then come, you must learn it, do not kill your time, said the teacher. Then the teacher said that you must learn it. We also changed this subject of reporting verb. The teacher said that he, oh Maruf, here he for Maruf. He had to, for must we used had to. Okay? He had to learn it. Okay? You must learn it. It will become he had to learn it. Here we made person change and model auxiliary change. Then do not kill your time. It is an example of imperative sentence. For imperative sentence we use advised, ordered, requested or told in place of reporting verb. Here I use told. Do not kill your time. This speech is also from the teacher. For this reason, after the subject of reporting verb, I wrote also. Okay, also told, because this is the consecutive speech from whom? From the teacher. He also told, the teacher also told Maruf not to kill. Okay, in place of comma. In place of comma we use to in interrogative sentence. For interrogative sentence in indirect speech. As it is do not, we use not also. So here after the object of reporting verb we use not to. Kill, then V1. Kill his time, his who? Maruf. Okay. For this reason I wrote here M within bracket. So dear learners, look, you must learn it. We made the change of it like this. The teacher said that he had to learn it, and then do not kill your time. The teacher also said. So here I also write for this sentence, he also told Maruf not to kill his time. This is an example of imperative sentence. Then Maruf said what? I shall learn it. The subject or object of this sentence is not present here, but we remember it as what? This speech from Maruf. I shall learn it. Here we will have to write Maruf said that. This is an example of future simple tense. For shall or will we use would. in indirect speech in future simple tense. Here I wrote that by following the structures of tense change and person change, Maruf said that he would learn it. Would for what? Shall or will, and he for I. Here I is first person, and first person changes to subject of reporting verb. The subject of reporting verb is Maruf, third person. That means I became he, third person. And the following day or the next day, for tomorrow. So for the word tomorrow, we will have to write the next day or the following day. Okay, we got this from here words and there words changes. Then thank you my dear students. Here also subject of reporting verb or object of reporting verb is not seen, but we suppose, we think that this speech is from the teacher. Thank you my dear student. Here my dear student is vocative case, and we will change thank you. When you will see vocative case in any sentence in direct speech, then in time of changing the sentence into indirect speech, at the very beginning before subject you will have to write addressing as vocative case. Here vocative case is my dear student, and we will write addressing as dear student, addressing as dear student, then comma, then we will write subject of reporting verb, and then other things that will change. Okay, then subject of reporting verb, the teacher. For thank you we use subject of reporting verb, then thanked, then what? Object of reporting verb. So first we wrote addressing as dear students, comma, then we wrote the teacher, subject of reporting verb, then thanked. Okay, and then object of reporting verb, him. Him who? Maruf. The teacher told this word to Maruf. For this reason I wrote am within the bracket. Dear learners, in this class I tried to make you understand narrative style in passage. I gave you some information in direct speech and also in indirect speech, and I also gave you an example for making you understand the topic clearly. I hope that you will listen to this lecture attentively, and I also think that you will listen to this lecture time and time for understanding the items properly or clearly. Dear learners, in next classes I will be present with different other topics. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.